Hey everyone, welcome to Ship Talk. My name is Nathan, Marketing Director here at Logistic, where we help businesses control and reduce shipping costs. And today I'm joined by Logistic co-founder Jared.
Hey Nate, good to see you.
Good to see you as always. Okay, so today we're talking about actual weight, dimensional weight, and build weight.
Yes.
So let's go down that list. What is actual weight?
So actual weight is pretty self-explanatory. If I have a box, the dimensions of the box are irrelevant in this example, but I have a box, it weighs 10 pounds. That is the actual weight of the box. So in the world of small parcel shipping, specific to like UPS and FedEx, actual weight is the weight that you would see on a scale, not taking into account the dimensions of that package.
Okay.
So that's actual weight.
That makes sense to me. Even I can comprehend that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue going down the list. What is dimensional weight?
Yeah, so dimensional weight is when UPS and FedEx essentially use the dimensions of a package to determine a weight, right? And so essentially what they do to determine dimensional weight is they take the length times width times height, and they divide that by what they call a dim factor.
Okay.
And the published dim factor right now is 139. The point of doing that is to account for package volume, package density. So, if I'm somebody who ships out feathers, right, and I fill up a big box full of feathers, well, that's going to be a pretty light package, right?
Sure.
But if I put that in a big box, that's taking up space that is disproportionate to the actual weight of that particular shipment. So that is what dimensional weight is. It's accounting for the dimensions of a particular shipment or package.
Okay, so we covered actual weight. You explained what dimensional weight is, the third on the list. Maybe even the most important, what's build weight?
Yeah, so the build weight is what the carriers actually use to bill you. They take the greater of actual weight or the dimensional weight.
Okay.
And that becomes your build weight, which you actually see on an invoice. Let's use the example of a 12 by 12 by 12 package, okay? Let's say the actual weight of that particular shipment or that package is 10 pounds. So what the carriers are then going to do is they're going to determine what the dimensional weight of that package is. So 12 by 12 by 12 divided by 139 is just under 13 pounds. So they're going to round that up to 13 pounds. In that particular example, you're going to get billed at 13 pounds, which is the dimensional weight, not the actual weight of 10 pounds.
Okay, so that makes me think of a question. What if there's a difference between the actual weight versus the build weight of your packages?
Yeah, that just means that you're being billed at your dimensional weight as opposed to the actual weight. So, if you as a shipper are billing back shipping charges based on actual weight and you're not taking dimensional weight into account, what you may be doing is underbilling, right? So if I'm just looking at actual weight, but then my build weight ends up being more, that means that I'm being billed at my dimensional weight because, once again, the carriers take the greater of either actual weight or dimensional weight to come up with the build weight. So what you want to see is being billed at your actual weight as much as possible. The difference between actual weight and build weight is a great KPI to have eyes on, right? Because if I'm being billed at my dimensional weight, that means perhaps there is an opportunity for package optimization.
Okay.
To perhaps use smaller dimensions. We've all gotten those shipments where you open it up and it's like a bunch of like stuffing and just air, and then there's a little product in this big box.
It happens all the time in my
house. Right? Yeah, mine too. And totally unnecessary as somebody who's paying for shipping costs, because in all of those examples, you're going to be billed at your dimensional weight, which is going to be greater than the actual weight of that package. Why not just use optimized packaging, smaller packaging, so that you're either billed at your actual weight or you're billed at a lower dimensional weight, right?
Makes total sense.
Yeah, so it's a great KPI, and one of the KPIs that our platform identifies the difference between actual weight and billed weight. Just it's a good thing as a shipper to be aware of, because it does identify potential packaging optimization opportunities.
Yeah, that's a great point. And if you're using the logistic platform or you're interested in the logistic platform, you can view that information on the transportation spend perspective within the demo.
That's right.
Okay, so Jared, aside from package optimization, are there any other strategies a shipper could implement to mitigate or reduce the potential for coming across dim factor issues?
Yeah, so I mentioned there is a dim factor that the carriers use, and the published dim factor this year is 139. You want that dim factor to be higher as opposed to lower. The dim factor is one of those things that is negotiable in a carrier agreement. And so, the carriers have been lowering that dim factor over the years. It used to be 194, then it dropped to 166, and now it's 139. If I were to negotiate an improved dim factor, a higher dim factor as a shipper, for example, a 194 as opposed to a 139, well, let's use that same example we looked at earlier, that 12 by 12 by 12 shipment. Okay? At a 139 dim factor, you're going to be billed at 13 pounds. The actual weight of that shipment, on the example we used, was 10 pounds, right? If I negotiate an improved dim factor to 194, that same shipment, 12 by 12 by 12 divided by 194, means I'm going to be billed at 9 pounds. My dimensional weight is going to come out to 9 pounds. In that case, because my actual weight of 10 pounds is greater than 9 pounds, I'll be billed at my actual weight. So as you can see, I just took the same package, but I just took the weight that I was billed at down from 13 pounds dimensional weight down to 10 pounds actual weight.
So if you're able to negotiate or get the carrier to come down on the dim factor, or just negotiate a different dim factor, then you maybe could potentially avoid having to optimize your packaging. You don't have to do anything operational because those savings are kind of baked into.
You could, and it's usually a good two-pronged approach. So looking at packaging optimization while also looking at negotiating an improved dim factor. I think both of those go hand in hand, and for those that look at addressing both sides, end up being billed at the actual weight more frequently than at the dimensional weight.
Okay, so there's options for a shipper to mitigate the issues of actual weight, dimensional weight, and build weight.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. All right. Well, Jared, thanks for the insight. I personally learned a lot about dimensional weight, build weight, and actual weight. So this was very informative. For more information on how you can join thousands of other shippers already using Logistic to control and reduce shipping costs, go to logistic.com. That's www.logistic.com. Create a free Logistic account in less than a minute and send cost packing. Until next time, take care.